Hello and welcome back to NewsX World. I'm Joshua Barnes and you're watching Focal Length, your front row seat to understanding key issues ranging from technology and innovation to geopolitical dynamics and beyond. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Mr. Oleksandr Prokudin. He is the governor of Kheroson, a region that has been at the forefront of Ukraine's fight for sovereignty. In today's conversation, we will be discussing the impact of the recent pause in US military aid to Ukraine, particularly on regions like Kherson, which has faced ongoing missile attacks and significant challenges. Governor Prokudin will also give us his take on how Russia might perceive this decision. We'll also explore the road ahead for Kherson, the role of European nations in supporting Ukraine, and the long-term prospects for recovery and rebuilding. Governor Prokudin's insight will offer a unique perspective on the future of both Kherson and Ukraine during this turbulent time. Thank you for joining us on Focal Length, Governor Prokudin. I want to start by looking at the recent pause in US military aid to Ukraine. How do you anticipate this will affect Ukraine's defensive capabilities, particularly in strategic regions like Kherson?
Добре, будь-яка міжнародна підтримка
Any
важлива для
international
України.
help is important for Ukraine and for Kherson region, particularly help in defense. Those are rescued lives of civilians. And right now, Russian Federation continues to kill adults and children on Kherson region severely. This is the aim tactics of terror and killing the Ukrainian people. And without American support, without American help, it will be so hard to withstand this. Any international help is important for Ukraine and for Kherson region, particularly help in defense. Those are rescued lives of civilians. And right now, Russian Federation continues to kill adults and children on Kherson region severely. This is the aim tactics of terror and killing the Ukrainian people. And without American support, without American help, it will be so hard to withstand this.
Ми віримо, що Сполучені Штати Америки не лишать нас наодинці у боротьбі за свободу нашого народу. Ми знаємо, що американський народ поділяє фундаментальні цінності демократії, такі як важливість життя. І ці життя Росія зараз безжально відбирає у українців.
We hope that USA will not leave us alone in this fight for freedom for our people. We know that Americans support fundamental values of democracy, as well as the importance of life. And these lives are taken severely right now by the Russian Federation to destroy the enemy and disrupt their plans to occupy the right bank. Concurrently, we have 70% of the territory occupied by the Russian forces. The support of the United States also helps hold back the enemy, who is once again trying to seize our cities and villages. We are endlessly grateful for this support. Despite everything, Ukrainians will continue to fight, but without the support of the American people, it will be much more difficult. But with the help of other European cities, the importance of the support is quite essential, and we'll try to hold on and try to fight it back.
A minerals deal with the US again looks possible, but it might come without concrete security guarantees. How important is it to strike a balance between economic agreements and security for Ukraine?
Україна бореться за справедливий мир для нашого народу. Саме
Ukraine is fighting for a just peace for our people. We need peace, not endless war. That's why we say that security guarantees are the key to this. Reliability, lasting peace, and the right agreement to end the war. This is truly our shared priority. The Kherson region also has rare earth resources, including gas, peat, iron, titanium, manganese, and other deposits. We are ready to share these resources with our American partners, not only in exchange for future support, but also as a token of gratitude for the assistance we have already received. But the most important are the guarantees of safety, because in some years, Russia will be ready to attack again, and we cannot withstand without those guarantees of defense. Any kind of deal with the Russian Federation cannot be without American part and European countries and cities. And without this partnership, we cannot withstand everything, and we cannot move on without those guarantees of safety.
Donald Trump says that Russia is ready for peace. Do you agree with his comment?
Знаєте, для України і нашого регіону дуже важливо, що наші американські партнери разом з
For
нами.
Ukraine and our region, it's crucial that our American partners stand with us during this difficult time. We share common democratic values, move in the same direction, and see a shared future. But Russia moves in another completely direction. Russian Federation hit missile attacks more than 5,000 shelling. During this time, nearly 770 people have been killed in Kheroson region due to Russian aggression, including 12 children. Another 4,300 people, including 144 children, have been injured. Russia continues to fight with drones since August from the previous year. Since August 2024, the enemy has significantly increased drone attacks. There have been around 16,000 drone strikes, killing about 85 people and injuring nearly 880 others, including 11 children. Russia continues to destroy our cities, calling it like drone safaris, and they are attacking like civilian people. Among them are mostly elderly people. In answering your question, if Russia is ready to end this war, I would say no, because during this time for 3 years, they are trying to increase the attacks of drones, attacks of civilian people. And I'm not sure that this is the end from their side. They just want to make a pause to increase their weapons and to attack one more time the Ukraine.
President Zelensky has said he will resign if it leads to peace for Ukraine, potentially in the form of NATO membership. Do you view this as a good option moving forward for the country?
Я повністю підтримую позицію президента України Володимира Зеленського.
I fully support the position of President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. If there are solid security guarantees for our people, I'm also ready to step down as the head of the Kherson Regional Military Administration. Every day, we witness people being killed, schools and hospitals destroyed by the enemy, and drones hunting down pensioners and children. All these horrors can be stopped if our country has reliable security guarantees.
Staying in Europe, and in light of British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's call for Europe to take greater responsibility for its defence, what role do you see for European nations in supporting Ukraine?
Взагалі Європі потрібно прокинутись нарешті.
I just think that Europe has to wake up and start doing something, because Russia's strategic target is Europe itself, its way of life, its security, and its future. Therefore, Europe's fate cannot be decided without Europe. Ukraine, Europe, and America must stand together at the negotiating table against Russia to ensure that we need for peace is not drowned out by empty promises of normalization, reset, or appeasement. Putin is dictator and killer. He will not stop. He will go further. And the only thing that they are doing is trying to make their weapons more and more and more just to attack the Ukrainian territory. I think that together we should provide everything against like these and try to collaborate and work together. This is the only way to achieve a real peace agreement one that not only stops the killings now, but also prevents the deaths of thousands of our people in Russian captivity, in occupied territories, and from future attacks.
Of course, Kherson is so close to the front lines and frequently subjected to Russian missile attacks. What kind of support does Kherson Oblast need from the Ukrainian government and also international allies to ensure that it stays safe and can continue its road to recovery?
По-перше, хочу сказати, що ми цінуємо і дуже вдячні.
First of all, I want to say that we deeply appreciate and are very grateful to our international partners for their support Ukraine receives in its fight against Russian occupiers. To stop the killings on Kherson land, we need weapons. We need defensive support and clear security guarantees from our American and European allies.
Now, despite the ongoing conflict, are there any plans or initiatives underway for the long-term reconstruction and development of Kherson to restore normality and encourage displaced residents to return?
Ми вже працюємо над цим, щоб відновити Херсонщину, зробити її краще, сильніше і привабливіше, ніж це було до війни, саме для того.
We are already working to rebuild Kherson region, making it better, stronger, and more attractive than it was before the full-scale war. To find partners for this mission, I recently visited Lithuania, Italy, and the United Kingdom. Before, I visited Netherlands, Belgium, Canada. As the result of these visits, we have reached concrete agreements in the fields of energy, security, agriculture, healthcare, and education. Moreover, thanks to previous international visits, we have established close cooperation with Germany, specifically with the state of Schleswig-Holstein on energy independence. We also have support from the Netherlands and are currently negotiating with Canada to sign the memorandum of cooperation with one of its region. I'm grateful to our international partners for their support, and I hope that in the future we'll find a common partnership with the Indian regions such as Kerala and Gujarat, and hope for the future understanding, because they look alike the Kherson region and have some similarities.
Thank you, Governor Prokudin, for joining us on Focal Length today. And with that, it's a wrap on this episode. Stay tuned for more discussions on the critical matters shaping our global future.